Guys, what's happening? As you can see, I am still alive, but Narby and I have filed for divorce. We reached a settlement. I got all the Samarolis, all the 1950s, 60s Bowmores, all the 1950s, 60s Macallans. He got everything else. But no, it's good. We've been really bad. We'll go like 8 months without doing videos, releasing videos. So this way, we can crank out as much content as possible. We can literally do every bottle. We get together. We're always thinking about like special bottles, museum pieces. This way, we literally can do every bottle that we own. It's perfect. So today, very special. We're going to be doing Longrow Peated, a whiskey that I think a lot of people overlook with the recent Springbank craze. So quick refresher. And I got this directly from signs all over Springbank Distillery, the tour, in the video by Whiskey Mystery, Phil and Deepa. Shout out to you guys, great channel. Whiskey Mystery, subscribe. They did the Springbank proper tour. And so, real quick, Springbank makes 3 different kinds of whiskey. Longrow, twice distilled, and heavier peated in the kiln up to 48 hours of peat smoke. Springbank, they call it 2.5 times distilled, but really the guy said it's like 2.886. What it is the 3 stills. It goes through half of the mash, or half of the stuff goes through all 3 stills. The other half goes through the first, skips the second, goes through the third. So 2.5 or 2.886. And then Hazelburn, 3 times distilled, goes through all 3 stills. Springbank is the medium peat, or 6 hours of peat smoke, 30 hours of hot air, dried in the kiln. And Hazelburn is just 30 hours of hot air, 0 peat whatsoever. So, believe it or not, this is actually our first Longrow review. If you remember, recently we popped this guy, this bad boy, the first year of Longrow distillation, 1973, for Narby's birthday bash in Vegas. Quite impressed, but let's dive into Longrow Peated. So this has been breathing about 10-15 minutes. There's no age statement. I'm guessing it's anywhere maybe 6 to 8 years. Obviously, if it were 10, they'd put an age statement. But this, to me, is quite overlooked as an entry-level whiskey. Once you get into the Isla, you're open to peat, and you want to kind of get funkier, dive into more funk. You get open to Springbank funk, you can now get into Longrow, Campbelltown funk. So, on the nose. I mean, this is just, it definitely has its own character, its own Campbelltown funk outside of Springbank. This is like humidity, like sweat, like dirty fog in a busy, polluted city, which sounds crazy. The peat is just beautiful. You get sweet candied soot. You get, I call it like coal-flavored cotton candy. Just the combination of kind of dirty things, very dirty. Dirty things and sweet things. And it's not for everybody. If that dirtiness, throws you off, then you'll probably never become a lover of Longrow. But once you get open to that dirtiness, that funk, you get addicted to it. On the way to even more crazy funk like Barora, perhaps. And beautiful coastal, that beautiful coastal Campbelltown character as well. Even some elements of Isla, the wet rocks, the crashing sea breeze. It's beautiful. Palate. God bless. Springbank distillery. Everything. Natural color. Non-chill filtered. As you can see, this is all refill bourbon. Natural color. White wine. Amazing. All the same. Beautiful rich peat. Oils. All kinds of different oils. All kinds of different ointments. Even some light, like on the Isla, some light elements of like hospital, but like sweet, sweet crystallized hospital. Beautiful. Another sip. More. A beautiful combination of the dirty, funky elements, some grass, some moss, mushrooms like fungi, like fungi, with sweet, crystallized cotton candy again, butter, beautiful butter and cream. The mouthfeel is so rich and coating, that 46%. Beautiful. And definitely, everyone's different, but when it comes to modern Longrow, obviously not this bad boy right here. I mean, this is some of God's juice back in the day. But when it comes to modern Longrow, I far prefer spirit driven. This is so spirit driven. It's like spirity. It's all about the spirit. And even though this is their medium peated product, I should have looked it up. I forgot. I was going to write it down. I don't know how many ppm this is versus, say, your Ardbeg 10, Lafroig 10, Lagavulin 16, etc. But this to me is just the perfect amount of additional peat over Springbank, because the peat does not take away from the actual core raw spirit. This is so spirit driven. When it comes to modern Longrow, I prefer the spirit driven refill bourbon expressions. Not a huge Longrow red fan. I know Narby has some, we will bring those to you, but not a huge fan. Finish, same thing, coating, charcoal in the back, light peat, grass, moss, funk, all kinds of shrubs like foraging herbs, coastal, dirty, perfect dirty. Score, 87 out of 100. Perfect entry level Longrow Springbank distillery product. Thank you guys. We'll see you for many more. We promise we'll do better. We're both cranking out content now. Cheers.